Test.
Test one.
Test and check.
Testing 1, 2.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Riverside Oval. In the key round in this competition, as the Spartans were the first team in the competition to lock up a playoff spot in the early game, triumphing over the Adelaide Hogs by a score of 42-12. Now we, for that third and final playoff spot, who will have the inside track? The Chiefs and the Eagles for the second time here this season. But the Eagles need this one bad, because if the Chiefs come out on top, then they will have the crucial tiebreaker, and the Eagles will have more work to do if they're going to claim that spot.
Yeah, if the Eagles... Yeah, both teams with the one win, but they've been... And what you say is quite right, Nick. If the Chiefs win, virtually gives them a 2-game buffer, and the Eagles would have to win 2 of their final 3 to make the playoffs.
So either way, that final week showdown, or not final week, but in 2-week showdown, will be a big decider. But the Eagles need this one to make it count, because right now, knotted in the standings, do not want to drop that tiebreaker. Chiefs can stamp a possible return to the playoffs if they can pull off this one. So Eagles, Chiefs, it is a windy day, and we are about to get underway with the Eagles winning the toss and deferring. Plowmen ready to kick this one off. Chiefs looking to claim that playoff spot. Should be a very interesting one.
Very impressive. That ball ain't moving with the breeze, something that the team struggled with in the first game. Plowman is set, and we are in round 6, and that one's off to the bar. And gives the chairman of the league some work to do. Chiefs in the red will start off first and 10. They have 1 win for this season. And that was back on the 18th of September, where they
defeated this Eagles team
32-24. It's a high-scoring game. Would like another one of those, please?
Oh, absolutely. But it will be very interesting, as one of the big things, it will just be matchups in this one. The Chiefs receivers against the Eagles secondary in particular, because the Eagles win the defensive line battle. They win that against pretty much everyone in the competition, as that one is thrown incomplete. No, they'll call it complete, so pick up of about 3 yards there. But the Eagles defensive line is a bit of a mismatch against most teams in the competition. Chiefs have not run the ball particularly well, apart from a few quarterback runs, and have not protected their quarter nearly as well as they might have wanted to this season. So,
second down, 8 yards to go. Well, it goes to a similar spot, has his receiver, makes the catch near that first down marker.
So, first down.
Phantom.
Yeah, it's complete to number 89, but Chiefs will try and work that quick passing game. Whitehead has been a bit of a revelation for the Chiefs at quarterback, and really changed the complexion of the offense. Chiefs like to go 3 receivers one side, 1 to the other, and try and set up a one-on-one matchup on that side with generally Sam Myers, but they'll mix it up a little bit here. but that running game has been more of a hindrance than it has an asset thus far this season.
So lots of a couple. Second down and 12. The Chiefs are at their own 29-yard line. One runner in the backfield. Receivers spread across. Myers hadn't lost it. Some quick pursuit by the Eagles defence was there to provide the pressure. That was Amy Zubar, number 26. Third and long coming up.
So first third down of the day. Chiefs with work to do as it is long one, 3rd and 13. Wanting to get the chains moving early. They'll try and do it with 2 receivers either side. Under pressure, and Whitehead gets wrapped up and dropped. So nothing going there, and that has been the story of the season for the Chiefs. If Whitehead is protected, he can do a lot of things and make throws shortly and downfield, but
he has not been getting the protection that he needs far this season.
So Chiefs will have to punt it away.
Pretty sure that 48 receiver who took the sack for the Eagles. Chiefs in punt formation. Moving into the breeze. Giving a lot of respect to the punting abilities. Chief bounce just past the 30. There will be no return. It will be Eagles ball. They will start off 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line. If you just joined us, that was the first series of the game. And we're going to see what the Eagles can do with their terminal footy.
So very nice punt into the wind with no return. So down at the 27-yard line, Eagles take over. No score yet. Eagles will be looking at their first possession and look to take the lead here early on. They'll try and do it with 2 receivers either side. Move the back over, and the Eagles likewise have not had tremendous gains on the ground yet. Ball is down, and Chiefs recover it. That is just dreadful start for the Eagles, as that ball just sat there and just kind of, or a few Eagles were just looking at it but not hopping on top of it. Chiefs grabbed it, got a hold of it, and now are set up just outside the red zone on the 23-yard line.
Adam Dixon, number 51, on the recovery for the Chiefs. We have a great opportunity to open the scoring here. 1st and 10. They're inside the Eagles 25 at the 23. Coming into this round, the Chiefs, the 2nd best scorers in the league. But I don't think that's Alex Thorpe under. He is, and he lost a yard.
The ground game, not a strength for either. Eagles turning it over
On theirs, Chiefs have run.
depending on whether you count college rules, counting a sack as a run, but all negative plays on all of the runs for both teams. 2 receivers either side. Eagles bring heat, throwing it wide and almost picked off. Very tight coverage there on that sideline. Was looking for Myers, but just nothing going there. Coverage was very tight.
It looks like Zuba has the job on Meyer. It's noted as an interceptor on defense. Keeps receivers, and they'll go head to head again on this 3rd down and an 11 play. Thorpe this time on the pass across. Knows where that first down marker is. And I reckon he would have found that.
29, Tom Martin with the reception.
So maybe, yeah, first down.
So,
Ball is at the 14.
so red zone. Clock has restarted. We're underway. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Myers claps, keeps it himself, bounces off 1 tackler, and is dropped right about the original line of scrimmage. So a little zone read where the quarterback pulls and keeps it himself, but just the read was good, but the pursuit from the Eagles was immediate. And no, I'll say that he gained a yard. So second down and 9.5.
Chiefs again, receiver inside, one in the slot.
Emerald Red has a man in the end zone.
Chiefs. No flags from what I can see, and number 9 is not on our team sheet, so whoever you are, congratulations. But we cannot tell you your name.
Issue with the Chiefs team sheets over the weeks, number 9 and number 89. Just keep up. And we had the bye week, and now I'm just helpless all over again. So
Chiefs, as they are now taking a 6-0 lead, scoring off of the turnover,
setting up
in Eagles territory, looking to extend the lead to 8. Empty slot.
Oh, just that would have been a difficult catch as it was a little bit behind the receiver, but still Martin will be lamenting that one a little bit, as 6-0 is the score here. And we did not see the 2-point game, but we certainly saw a lot of opportunities. Meanwhile, the Eagles have a kicker, which is a rarity in this state.
I think we're 1 for 9 on 2-point conversions so far today, across the entire day. If you have just joined us, the earlier game was a bit of a surprise. Not so much that the Spartans beat the Hogs, but 28-point margin. Included 24 unanswered points, 4 touchdowns in the third quarter, which set it up. So the Spartans are in the playoffs, the Hogs are 5-2. They will meet again later, so nothing locked in the playoff.
Chiefs to kick off to the Eagles.
And that one will go over the head and out through the back of the end zone. So Eagles will start their second possession at about the 20-yard line. Looking for, well, at this point, probably looking for anything more than one play after that first drive, because that one was just about as poor a start as the Eagles could have had offensively. They have the talent offensively, but just made the mistake there, let the ball fall to the turf, and
Top of it. So this time, 2 receivers either side. White
in the pistol. And off, and bounces off the first tackler. And before being dropped at about the 24-yard line is number 41, Sevi.
First tick in the box for the Eagles, a play with forward progress. Gain of maybe a long 3.
Longest run of the day for either team.
As you've said, 2 teams not noted for their rushing expertise at the moment. Second down. Draper, incomplete. Brings up. And so it's third and short, 37.
So 3 receivers to the right this time, 1 to the left. So isolating Draper. Option look, this time keeping it himself and straight out the middle. And Whiten has really thrived. Just the option has not paid off when Whiten has had to make the toss, but when he can just keep it himself, has that crease to turn upfield, he has been a difference maker thus far, and that is no difference. First down of the day for the Eagles, out at about the 31-yard line.
First down and 10. They'll go to the ground again, and there's some running room on the far sideline. First down yardage, if you don't more. That turned into Tamani Sevi has gained, as we look to where they're going to mark the ball.
Noah Duffy on the tackle, but
That's a
big.
22-yard run.
Just tremendous, just not one that we have seen with much regularity from the Eagles this season, but that could be a statement that we are in for a bit of a treat here today, where the Eagles rolling things up on the ground thus far. After that early turnover, they have been clicking on offense now, consecutive first downs. Whiten looks to his left, throws to his right, has a man behind coverage, and incomplete. Very tight there. Randall Sundberg in coverage and just breaking that one up. 2nd and 10 coming up.
So for the first time in this match, the Eagles are in Chiefs territory. 2nd down and 10. About the 40-yard line. Pitch out to Sevi. Gain around about 4 to 5. Third down and 7.
Whiten doesn't have the most natural pitch on the option, and that can kind of limit the effectiveness a little bit. Doing all right this time. Whiten
Looks to his left, rolls out under pressure, throws, but
over the head, incomplete. Was looking for number 11, Mitchell Gavros. But inside Chiefs territory with 4th down and manageable. May want to have a bit of a talk about this one and think about going for it. And indeed, it looks like the Eagles will. In that case, he might have wanted Whiten to just turn the corner and keep it himself. Set up a 4th and short. Instead, we're looking at.
Just for the record, it would have been a 54-yard field goal, but they're going for the yardage instead. Need 7 yards to keep the ball. Try the option on the ground with a quarterback keep. Ball's still loose. Eagles are clapping. They think they've got the first down. And the officials agree.
And Whiten, just a little bit of a tweak there. Whiten never looked like he was going to pitch that one. Directed the back to take the lead, so the back ended up blocking. Whiten weaved his way down forward. Deeper inside Chiefs territory to the 28, knocking on the door of the red zone for another first down. As once again, Eagles move the chains. 2 receivers either side here. And flag down. A little bit of an early start there. So we'll move 5 yards and do it again. false start, which we saw too many of in the first game, is our first penalty of the day, setting up 1st and 15 for the Eagles.
So right now, Chiefs have the 6-point lead. Eagles have the ball in Chiefs territory. High snap, Whiten brings it down. Hands off to... Kicks up a bit of dust. And got back to the original line of scrimmage. Second and 10. Maybe not. Game of 3, 2nd and 12.
Two receivers either side here on 2nd and 12. Low snap handled. Has a man behind, but incomplete. Overthrown.
So good day to those watching through the 180 creations. We're here every Saturday now for the rest of the season.
Absolutely.
No more buys, no more Friday night occasions. Double header football for the next 4 weeks, including today. South Australian time 12 and 3 o'clock kickoffs. We'll let you do the time differences wherever you're located. And then prelim final 28th of November. Grand final, the Great Southern Bowl, December the 5th. Third and long, White wants to go for it all to Draper. Got the separation, took the catch, and tied the ball game.
Tremendous throw, tremendous concentration, and tremendous job by the O-line there, because the Chiefs were bringing pressure around the edge, and the right tackle just did just enough to keep that block on and without grabbing hold. So Eagles tie things up with the extra point yet to come.
So we've had some chats off air about special teams and the ability to convert touchdowns. The Hogs were 0 for 1 from a kick attempt that hit the sidebar. Plowman. Oh, we've got a double dinger from our 2 kicks. Olive hit the left and Plowman's hit the right. And they're 0 for 2. It is a tight football game at 6 points apiece.
So yes, indeed. So far today, between both games, we've had one successful conversion of any type. So one successful, yes indeed. So yes indeed, for those keeping track at home, 1 for 11 on point after opportunities for all teams in the league as of the first quarter in this one. So still plenty of football to be played and plenty of time to right that wrong as Plowman looks to put boot to ball once again and kick things off to the Chiefs.
Kicking has always been an adventure in Australian Gridiron. Amazingly, given we provide so many punters to the States. But kicking is a slightly different operation. Plowman, as expected, puts that into the end zone with the breeze at his back. Recently joined us. The breeze has dropped a little at the moment, but it is still going from the right of your screen to the left, or if you're here at the ground, from the Grand Junction Road end to the Rugby Club train line end. Chiefs will take over at the 20.
So Chiefs scored off the turnover. Eagles had a bit more of a sustained drive. So this will be Chiefs looking to answer and get back in front, but they will have significantly more work to do this time. A little bit of a chat about personnel groupings as they come out. End up in a 2-wide set. 2 wide either side. 1 in the backfield. Wide head throws short, complete. Over the middle on a little breaking in route. Ends up picking about 8 yards, so nice pickup on first down. 2nd and 8 will be in the offing.
2nd and 1. This tends to be a scenario where you can open the playbook, which is that 1 yard to get. Let's see what the Chiefs have in store here at their own 30-yard line.
Benjamin was the target, but he was smothered. So, 3rd and 1 coming up. 2 receivers either side for 3rd and 1. Immediately in the hole, driven back, and looks like he will be stopped short. So Whitehead with a little play design, trying to get the empty look, empty the box, but Eagles D-line won that one and brought to Whitehead before he could likely force the punt on 4th and 3.
Theory, it's 2 and 1, 2nd and 1, but it still has to be done. Going for it from their own 28 on 4th and 2. Well played. Well, they just try to get someone to jump offside. See if they succeeded. Eagles thinks the Chiefs went first.
Well, there was movement, but there wasn't movement with contact. And the Chiefs' right tackle popped up. So they'll say that his movement was caused by the movement into the neutral
Up in
zone.
the neutral zone. So you don't have to move if you start offside.
That's certainly true.
That's it. That's their penalties coaches love. 4th and short in the line up in the neutral zone. 1st and 10 Chiefs. Can they make use of the opportunity? Again has to roll. There's a flag on the play. He's off and upended. Way back at the start of the play. We'll probably negate everything. It's a gain of 4 if it's
Nicholas Adams called for the hold, so that will cost the Chiefs 10 of those hard-earned yards and move back for 1st and 20. Needing to get the ball out enough to midfield to get that first down. They'll be looking to do it with 2 receivers either side here. 1 in the backfield with Whitehead. So Whitehead with work to do. Drops back, has time, but throws low, incomplete. Pressure came in late, but that one just sank a little bit more. There are some weird adjustments that need to be made on our sloping field here, and sometimes just comes out of your head a little bit wrong as you overcompensate for that little bit of slope.
They bring up 2nd down and a long way to go here for the Chiefs. Not too far away from quarter time, and they can enjoy a little bit of a breeze at their backs. Right now they're firing into it. Martin, who refused to go down until eventually he was just put down. That's will do it for the first quarter. Nice even affair, a touchdown each. Two teams battling for a playoff berth.
So it will be 3rd and about, we'll say 19 on the other side of the quarter break. So plenty of work to be done, and interesting symmetry or anti-symmetry in this situation, where previous series or previous collection of downs,
Chiefs.
and we're on that 1 yard, 3 consecutive plays, seemingly. And this time, 1st and 20, 2nd and 20, 3rd and 19. So for the offense here, where you were looking at short to gain, now looking at a big hole there, with the ball in approximately the same position as it was. Just the penalties pointing in different directions, and now the Chiefs tied at 6, but looking deep here. 3rd and 19. Whitehead with time, rolls out, lofts down the sideline, but too high for his intended receiver, incomplete. So 4th down coming up, and this one will likely see the punt team come on, just because, well, it's not in the position where an offside will get you the 1st down. Cool breeze starting to pick up a little bit here.
Big pressure coming in by the Eagles, but managed to get this one away. It bounces over the head and will roll
Back through the end zone for a touchback. Flag down back deep, and this one may be a touching the kicker penalty, judging from the wave of bodies.
They also have there now.
So we will have time to talk about the flags. Hope for a quick recovery for our friend down on the field at the moment. So, interesting bit of ruling here, as multiple personal fouls, blocking below the waist on the unsportsmanlike conduct on number 6, Leroy Whiten. Not quarterback Whiten, but instead Leroy Whiten. See what's going on. A net push in terms of field position. But because one was after the snap, and walking below the waist could force a reek, this one will be interesting to see how we officiate it here at this level on this field. offset. Essentially, the penalties can't offset because, or at least not without some agreement, because essentially one was during the play, one was after the play. So the timing of the infractions is what's causing the discussion here, as the Eagles have their offense on the field, Chiefs have defense on the field, so I believe that it'll just be a matter of where we're lining up. But this discussion is going on. So,
the distance from the touchback, so Eagles will start on the 10-yard line.
everything essentially officials who will need to collect their flags from back at the opposite end of the field. There's our man on cleanup duty. Not sure if he'll be able to
Let's hope no
give
one.
his second flag to his compatriot in the meantime, so
Everybody behave this way.
either that or he'll be the super rat to flag multiple people at one time. 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the 10-yard line. And up, bounced outside before being turned up and met with numbers. Not a lot of running room there as the pursuit of the Chiefs defense was immediate and disciplined. So just a gain of 1 on that.
Second down, 8 yards to go for the Eagles. 6-6 ball game. Quarterback showed option, kept. As Nick has mentioned, a very effective runner. Gets towards that first down marker. We'll bring up 3rd down and about a yard.
So 3rd and 1. 2 receivers either side. Eagles looking to get back to where they would have been without the penalty. Toss out and looks like he's close. It'll depend on the spot. Forward progress, and we'll have a chat. No signal is 4th down, so stop just short. Chiefs defense gets the stop, and Plowman will come on to kick it away. And in a league without Spencer Lamont, Henshaw would likely be your clubhouse leader for tournament of the year. He has had some very nice and consistent returns, but hasn't broken that big one into the end zone. To just really put an exclamation point on his case here, he's dealing with the wind as Plowman puts it up. This one will be short, bounce at about the 40-yard line into the hands of Henshaw. Henshaw takes off to the right, turns up the sideline there, and finally delivered a almost into the red zone. So big flip of the field position, 37 yards on the return for Henshaw, as the Chiefs are once again set up in short field success on offense so far.
So the best chance any side has had to break the deadlock at 6. A lot of play down the clubhouse end. That's the spot to be today. We've had, of the 11 touchdowns, 9 scored to the left of screen, 2 to the right. We're not going to waste any time to our Phantom 89. Some points for the stretch, but could not bring it down, and he had the step. Missed opportunity there for South City, 2nd and 10.
So like the aggression there, see if that will make the Eagles secondary take another step back,
Play a little bit more off, and give a little bit of room for the underneath route. Sometimes bomb just to touchdown and to create space. So 2 receivers either side here. Whitehead under pressure, throws, corner route, but again, over the head of Benjamin and incomplete. 3rd down and 10 coming up.
Field goal not really an option to break this deadlock, so they really want to try and get the 1st down. And it's probably going to have to say 4 down territory. 3rd down and 10 yards to go. Pass is caught by Martin, who'll pick up some of that yardage, but not a lot.
Well, it was a heady play by Whitehead to even be in position to make that throw, because the reason that it's 4th and 8 instead of 4th and 18 was Whitehead booking it, because he was under pressure almost immediately and had to roll out, kept his eyes downfield, and made a nice throw. And making those throws on the run is really a huge luxury. So 4th and 8, 2 receivers either side. Chiefs keeping the offense on the field. Whitehead looks left for the touchdown, and the Chiefs retake the lead.
Huge 4th down conversion.
Absolutely. Just 3 plays, all looking to that left side, finally getting the strike to Benjamin in the end zone. So Chiefs retake the lead 12-6 with the 2-point conversion yet to come. Whitehead rolls out, throws low into the end zone, but it is caught. Complete. Hindlitter getting that 2-point grab, and so the Chiefs extend the lead to the highest point of the day, 14-6.
And that could well be a very big play in the context of this game. Just to give the Chiefs that 2-point conversion. Puts the pressure on the Eagles should they score, but they have to get it themselves. This is week 6. We've got 3 more double-header Saturdays to go before the finals, and then December the 5th we wrap it up for season 2020, which I think is around about season 36 of Gridiron in South Australia. You do lose Canada after a while. and there hasn't been much. Hasn't been much in the way of kick returning if they're going to the clubhouse end today. They've already been in the end zone with degrees to assist.
Certainly true. It has been a good day for kicking towards the clubhouse end. Touchbacks just about every time. So the Eagles will once again take the field trailing by a score. This time it's 8 instead of 6, however. Last time the Chiefs scored, the Eagles immediately answered with a long drive. We'll be looking for another of those here in the second quarter to try and re-knot the score. Now trailing 14-6. First and 10. 3 receivers to the right. Whiten rolls to the right. Throws short. Behind his receiver, incomplete. 2 flags down on the far side. So this one may be 10 yards to the detriment. Number 56 of the Eagles called for the infraction, so 10 yards. Taken away, first and 20.
So the Eagles are backed up at their own 10-yard line. Pass across the middle. Through the hands of Yanko, and it's second and long. Stops the clock early on in this second quarter.
Those short routes have been there, but that one was just a little bit too behind Yanko for him to manage to wrangle it. So second and 20 coming up. 2 receivers either side. One in the backfield with White. Chiefs show pressure. Oh my goodness gracious. That was a blow. Delivered on that one.
Another one.
So, gain of a few on the carry, but call it 3 or 4, but due to the penalty, it's less consequential than it would be otherwise, as Eagles still looking at 3rd and long.
Looking for Draper, has it. He keeps on his feet. Still battling for the first down, but he won't get there. The penalty has proved critical. Oh, has he got the first down? The forward progress is marked. Yes, he has. Great effort. First down, Eagles.
Tremendous effort by Draper after the catch. Just was caught well short, was hit immediately, but kept his feet, kept his balance, and kept pushing forward until he had that first down. First down and 10. Toss out immediate. Sevi turns upfield, flag down. Spins his way forward for about 7 yards, but this one will likely be coming back. And so
Seem to be going back and forth between the Eagles 10 and 30-yard line at the moment. 1st and 20. The Purple Haze. Fake the throw, the handoff though, nothing doing. Loss of another couple will bring up 3rd and 12. Correction, 3rd and 21.
Second.
2nd and 21. Oh.
Yes, indeed. So holding penalty meant that it was, or blocking the back meant that it was still 1st down. So 2nd and about 21 coming up. Widen. Quick throw. Has a man. Elevates and completes. Nice gain there, setting up a much more manageable 3rd down, but still plenty of work to be done as we're still facing 2nd and 3rd and greater than 10. So picking up about 6 on that makes it more possible. But at the same time, plenty of work to be done as we're looking at 3rd and 14 here for the Eagles.
Ball is placed at the 27-yard line. Need to get to about the 40. Put it up there and ruled incomplete.
Yes, that one was looking for Stanbury. Stanbury had a good play on the ball, believes that he had his face mask pulled ever so slightly in the attempt there, and referee's angle did not see it that way. Depending on your angle, you may have seen it a different way, but which is why we have a coach on the field making his case that perhaps the angle necessary was not seen, but at the same time, if the flag stays in the pocket, there's very little that you can say to the referee, well, you know, he really did pull on that face mask right there. I have been a coach for a number of these games, and nothing I said to the official ever made them say like, oh, no, you're right. So Plowman will kick it away here on 4th and long. Nice kick into the wind, bounces at the 32, takes a good bounce and roll. My goodness gracious, that was just about ideal, but flag comes in very, very late. Has a little bit of frustration there, as a little bit of a shove in the back. That was not necessary. Takes away from a tremendous punt by Plowman, as that one just bounced and then bounced again like straight up on the second bounce before finally taking the roll towards the Chiefs' territory, but essentially meant that the Chiefs returner could not field it on the fly.
Caught in a no man's land there. Just had to see where the bounce went, and after a neutral bounce went a few more yards the Eagles' way. But there's a penalty. Let's hear what it was.
So there's an unsportsmanlike conduct on number 56, and that is sadly his 3rd infraction of that drive. The hold, the block in the back, and then the unsportsmanlike conduct. So that starts the Chiefs off with good field position here, with an 8-point advantage. 2 receivers either side here. Chiefs showing a lot more even than they have traditionally. A little bit of a draw, but met immediately in the backfield, and that is stopped for a loss of 2.
touchdowns on the board in this first quarter and a bit. Defenses have certainly been keeping teams with long down situations. Chiefs territory at the 38, second down and 12. 4 receivers and 1 running back. The Phantoms caught it on a short pass to the outside, but in the end, that's actually a loss of a half a yard.
It was just an immediate stick as soon as he caught the ball. So tremendous defense by the Eagles, setting up a 3rd and long. But yes, that was third and 14 now. A bit of a tighter, so plenty of room out there. Chiefs look like they're trying to use it, but Whitehead keeps it himself and gets back to about the 40-yard line before being wrapped up. Whitehead saw the flat was covered, saw some green up the middle, but not enough to get the first down, so Chiefs will likely have to punt this one away.
So with the ball at the 40, Breeze behind a chance to try and pin the Eagles deep. Phantom number 9 decides to aim it. Keeps that one in the field of play. Is going to give Draper a chance to return it. He says, "Thank you very much." Flags thrown from a long, long way away. And in the end, it's back to about 35.
So these
Part
flags
of the reason why they aim for the sidelines most times.
right. These flags were both after the change of possession, so likely, generally when you see flag on a play like this, it'll be blocking back. So that will cost the Eagles 10 yards, but it'll be 1st and 10 rather than 1st and 20. Instead, personal foul, so 15 yards.
For the blindside block.
But still 1st and 10 for the Eagles here. So pretty much wiping out the tremendous return. And instead, it'll be essentially like we had a touchback. 1st and 10 from the 20.
This game has ebbed back and forth a little bit in recent times in this second quarter. The Chiefs did get their second score, a 2-point conversion. The Eagles have got a nice run of 370 here. He's still going. He's still tracking. He's unstoppable. What a run. And of course a flag right at the end could be some bonus yards. That's phenomenal running. 39-yard run.
Flag came in very late, so you got to figure at least most of that will stand. But wait for the signal.
Late one's a face mask, unless it was some sort of a late hold or a late hit.
Well, we saw that pulling motion, so that would generally indicate we might have had a bit of extra at the end. So, Kieran Ryan called for has reared his head a few times on the Eagles here. So 15 yards, so it will be 1st and 10 from the 42. So wiping out 17 yards-ish of that run. Eagles with a little less than 2 minutes to put points on the board here and try and get it all tied up. Still have the timeouts available, so we'll just have to start being judicious about how they use their time. 2 receivers either side here. Chiefs show pressure. Toss out wide. Looking for a repeat, but unable to turn the corner this time as he gets out to midfield, but nothing else going. May have to take a timeout.
Yes, you think they're going to take a shot at some point. Each side has 3 timeouts per half, and the Eagles have used their first.
If you're not familiar with the game, until, so 1:36 remaining here in the half, so clock will stop on a first down until the chains are reset. Then the clock will roll. Clock stops and will not start if you get an out of bounds. Clock will also stop on an incompletion. So those are the options that the Eagles have to, as well as the timeouts, to keep the clock from extending here. 2nd and 8 coming up.
So not that long left in this half. 1 minute 36 or so left. 2nd down. Eagles have got to work at about 45 yards. They're exactly at midfield. And after getting some good time, the pass was out. Just needed a stretch from the receiver and incomplete.
Gavros got his fingertips on it, but not enough of the hand to bring it in. And so clock stops on the incomplete pass, but missed opportunity for the Eagles, as likely down to about 1:28 remaining. And looking at a 3rd down. Now this is one where you want to make sure that you get the first down, because at the same time the Chiefs still have all of their timeouts. You've got the ball, you've got the advantage. Whiten rolls out under pressure, throws, but it is not having full body under it, just has to throw it away. Incomplete, so 4th down coming up.
So it might be the Chiefs that have the last shot of the first half with the football. Unless the Eagles decide to go for it here. Just percentage-wise, an interesting call. 1 minute 20 left in the half. The Eagles need 8 yards this play to keep the football. And probably best it's not an interception out of bounds. Heads up play to take it out. Turnover on downs, incomplete pass, Chiefs ball. Just their side of midfield, just over a minute left in the first half.
Wow. I would just say give it to Whitehead for the interception. But yes, likely better for the Chiefs that it didn't clock in, as they are set up for 1st and 10 in Eagles territory. Less than 2 minutes left to play, just over 1 minute. Chiefs have timeouts available. So 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Throwing to that 1 receiver side, looking to turn the corner and get out of bounds. He accomplishes both of those things. We've got a first down, and clock will stop, both to reset the chains and because he got out of bounds. Clock stops, so Chiefs will have time to huddle up, talk it over, and take the next strike.
Big couple of plays coming up here. Chiefs, if they can get another score before the half, it takes some serious momentum into the change rooms. They're at the 35 at the moment. And they're working these short passes nicely. They're getting the yardage to keep the chains moving. They're getting the out of bounds to stop the clock. They're making good use of a limited amount of time.
Well,
Second and 1.
They've got a matchup that they like on that side. That's twice that they've hit that breaking out route to number 89. They isolate it one side, so cornerback doesn't have as much help. 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Now Whitehead goes back, looking for the end zone, has it into the end zone. So 3 strikes, number 89 each time, into the end zone now, and extends the lead 20-6 with the extra point yet to come.
So the first couple were sort of out routes, which maybe forced the coverage to come up a little bit. Came up, ran right past them. And now, of course, the question of can they get a 2-point conversion? Having succeeded once already today. 20-6 is the score as we speak. To put the icing on the top of a pretty good second quarter for the Chiefs. There it is. He's unstoppable. 4 catches in a row.
4 consecutive completions, why not? And that was something a little bit interesting throughout most of the first half. Throughout the games this season, the Chiefs have favored that trips formation quite a lot, with 3 receivers on one side and then isolating 1 receiver on the other side and just picking apart that side, trying to win that one-on-one matchup. Didn't do it throughout most of the first half, but on that drive, they went back to it and they capitalized in a very big way. So throwing that in as the changeup has paid off for the Chiefs, as now 15 points to the advantage. Or, now my apologies. So kick is up. It will go through the back of the end zone. $16 points, my apologies.
So the Eagles, well, I might just get it for the last couple of plays of the first half. Will they try something a little bit crazy? Or will they concede the status and take it into the halftime change rooms? Only be seconds remaining. Make that 44 seconds remaining. Thank you, sir. First down and 10. You can do a lot in 44 seconds. Let's see what the Eagles have in their bag of tricks. Fumbling the football would not have been the option. It's a recovery by the Chiefs.
Caleb Ojabade on the recovery. And once again, the Chiefs in position to capitalize off the turnover. Chiefs have their timeouts remaining, so can take another shot here. Let's see if it is back to number 89.
You keep throwing it there until it's stopped. Or run a play the other way. So must be 30 seconds left thereabouts. Chiefs are going to get a couple of shots from the red zone, 1st and 10. Wasting no time to head for the other side on this occasion.
Myers unable to come down with it, so 2nd down coming up.
Stops the clock.
We're working a wheel route on either side, but unable to hook up on that one. Little out and up. So 2nd and 10, clock stops on the incomplete pass. So Chiefs have time to talk it over. 2 receivers either side. Eagles bring heat. Myers has it complete. Myers needs to get down. Chiefs need to take a timeout. As they do have the 1st down, but clock will roll as soon as the down marker is set if the Chiefs don't take a timeout. No, it's 3rd down, so okay. So it looks like the Chiefs got the timeout in well before the signal, because that one took quite a while to be signaled. So 20 seconds left. Chiefs break the huddle. 3rd and 1 coming up. Three receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Whitehead looks right, has Myers on the slant, and looks like he's got it. No, it's Eagles ball. No? No, they'll say that Myers caught it, but short of the goal line. So, timeout by the Chiefs. Now, this is one, Chiefs do have a timeout, so this would generally be one where you just try and sledge it in before taking a couple of shots wide, but the Chiefs' running game has not been a force this season, so may be better off keeping it in the air. Let's see what we got here. Empty formation. Whitehead rolls right into the end zone. Touchdown. Chiefs extend the lead, capitalizing off the turnover, 28-6, with the extra point yet to come.
It's interesting that the previous drive they focused on number 89, our Phantom. On that drive they focused on Myers all the way along. Both to similar effect. 6 points and a conversion to come. And
just when it comes to pure wide receiver talent, I believe that when it comes to just the depth, top and bottom, the Chiefs and the Spartans are likely the 2 top teams in the league at the moment. The Chiefs have some issues with the O-line, have some issues with the running game. But just when it comes to pure catchers of the football, they certainly have an argument to be made for the best side in the competition. Benjamin goes up. Benjamin collects the 2-point conversion.
Wow.
And that will extend the lead even further. 32-6 is the score.
And it wasn't that long ago that this was a 6-point ball game. In the last 3 minutes of game time, maybe even less than that.
Yes, indeed. It has been a
Chiefs have put in
calamitous.
16 points.
end to the second quarter for the Eagles. And the Chiefs score with 6 seconds remaining, meaning that the Eagles will essentially have no time. Maybe time to loft one up, but not enough for 2 plays. Eagles will receive the second half kickoff though, so they'll attempt the return here, but nope, met at about the 25-yard line. Flag comes in late because why not?
6 seconds, guys. Come on. Yes.
Unless it's a defensive penalty. But you can't have a defensive penalty on a kickoff. Oh, man. What are we doing?
All right, that will do it for the half.
All
And
right.
that
Halftime, folks.
second quarter just could not have been more red when it comes to momentum. So, score now 30-6. Chiefs out in front, Eagles with work to do, and just in a hole here, but they are also a team that beat Adelaide University earlier this year. So they have the athletes, they can score in a hurry. So don't go anywhere. This one is far from done, but at the moment, Chiefs on top, 30-6. we are back underway. And nice return for the Eagles here. No laundry on the field. Getting things out to about the 29-yard line before being tripped up. So Eagles start in a bit of a hole to start the second half, but do start with the ball, trailing by 24. So just 3 scores to the detriment with successful 2-point conversions, but not out of the woods yet.
Well, they basically have to do to the Chiefs what the Chiefs did to the Eagles in the second quarter, which is turnovers.
Absolutely. So Nick Priest, Phil Hurden. The second half. Toss out, start things up, turned upfield quick and into the middle of the field for a nice gain there on first down. Pick of about 7, we'll say.
Unfortunately, the 2 things I think that have killed the Eagles are those 2 turnovers deep in their own territory that have led to 14 points.
Yes, indeed. So, gain of 9 on the carry.
Second down and 1. Sevy's getting a lot of work to start this third quarter. Will be due for a rest in a sec. Didn't get a lot, but got a 41. First down Eagles. Good start to their series.
And just, that's nice just to settle things down because things were just going so far towards the Chiefs. You need something to hang your hat on, and you can't eat the whole thing in one bite. Just, okay, we need to get a first down. We got a first down. All right, now, let's get another one. White out there, about gain of 5 on there. High snap was handled by Whiten and managed to get positive yards out of that. So, turning a negative into a positive, now 2nd and 5.
Sevy's carried the ball for the last 4 plays. Go-to player at the moment for the Eagles. They're in the Chiefs' territory. 2nd and 5. Across the middle, flag on the play, and the ball flag thrown at the line of scrimmage. And wait the assessment. For next week, the Chiefs are back in a 12 o'clock.
So that penalty means that one of the linemen drifted a little downfield, more than 3 yards. So you cannot be an ineligible number. So in those 50s, 60s, 70s, or 90s, and be further advanced downfield than 3 yards
On a passing play.
Of course, if it's a run play, you can block somebody all the way into the end zone if you want. 2nd and 9 coming up. Whiten throws, has a man, and Stanbury got both hands on it, had it, and hit the ground.
Renshaw coming through, laying just the slightest of touch. Force the drop. 3rd down, almost a full 10 yards to go. 3rd and a long 9. Trying to get themselves off the canvas here. So back to the workhorse Sevy, and sure enough, he's galloped not quite to the ball. It's going to be close. I don't think the officials sort this out. Short by a yard. I suspect that this part of the field might be going for it.
Well, with this part of the field and with work to be done, means that a normally conservative Eagles staff has to take risks. So 4th and 1. Whiten taking his time and taking a timeout. So it looks like they were looking to get some motion up front by taking a timeout, and that could prove costly later in the game if this does tighten up a little bit. So 4th and 1. Eagles looking for that first bite. 2 receivers either side, and 1 in the backfield with Whiten. Chiefs bring pressure. Eagles run into it. Whiten bounces off tackles and into the secondary, down at the 31-yard line. So conversion picked up. And the Eagles starting to click on offense, keeping it on the ground, and getting first downs.
So it's all going nicely for the Eagles to start off the third quarter. Coming from a fair way back. They're at their own 31-yard line. Interesting, all the 3rd and shorts and 4th and shorts. They haven't seen much in the way of jumbo packages in this league. Quarterbacks remaining in their comfortable shotgun position. Sevi again. Another run over 5 yards. This will be about 7. If you're getting 7 or 8 yards on your first down run, it really does help open things up.
One thing to notice is that even on like the inside handoffs, like that one where it was an inside run, it's been a toss rather than a straight handoff. And I think that may be just because of the issues with the mesh point that we saw in the first half, where 2 fumbles, both coming on that quarterback running back exchange. So Eagles are countering that with tosses, and so far it's been paying off as we come up on 2nd down. Whiten takes a shot, has a man, but no, intercepted, and on the return is Henshaw. Henshaw takes it downfield. Henshaw takes it to the 27-yard line, and just like that, the Chiefs turn the Eagles' momentum against them once again. So Henshaw nipping the momentum in the bud and getting the Chiefs the ball for the first time here in the second half.
So all that work for naught, unfortunately, for the Eagles. Chiefs take it. They can start to roll with this game. 24-point lead football. Working our way through the third quarter. Running play, and it will be ruled on the forward progress. If the Chiefs can win, well, whoever wins will get their second win, and that will be good enough for outright third spot with 3 weeks to go. And if the Chiefs win, that would be 2-0 against the Eagles, which would give them the tiebreaker should they have the equal record at the end of the minor round.
So James Paul coming through authoritatively on that tackle, setting up 2nd and 12. And this will be an interesting one, as the Chiefs do have that lead, but they don't really have the running game to just ice it away. They will either extend the lead or lose it, as that one is complete but flagged down. So this one will likely be coming back, as the Eagles' defensive line is starting to make its presence felt in a very strong way.
all coming back, and then some. Chiefs will start off at about their 15-yard line, 2nd down and 20 to go. Yeah, I reckon, look, maybe 22 yards to go. Seacon was quite happy to celebrate that one. I think he almost had a football thrown at his face there.
Once again, this Eagles D-line just... and they are
putting a stone on this one that it will not be easy.
and this one is not over. So 3rd down and forever. Eagles show pressure, and they bring it. So 5 yards will be the initial offing.
The fight
Very late, so may have something else we need to chat about. So 2nd penalty didn't end up amounting to anything, just the 1 foul. So Eagles getting
trying to snuff out the Chiefs' possession.
will give up 5.
Still lots of work to be done.
17.
Chiefs ball, 20-yard line. Try the pass. Ooh, it almost intercepted. It will go incomplete, and that will bring the Chiefs into a punting situation.
Revilla with the emphatic. So Draper will be back to return the punt and look to get
The Eagles.
the ball with good field position. Chiefs. Eagles have been close to blocking a couple of these punts, so interesting to see if they come after it. They do. Kick is up. Draper fields it on the run. Draper turns up and has a lane up the sideline for being dropped in Chiefs territory at about the 43-yard line.
Yeah, the rush kick at good distance, but with the wind, you wanted it to get a fair bit higher, let the breeze take it, and stay up there a bit longer for the coverage to come and get it. But in the end, the Eagles will start off in Chiefs territory. The offense, bar that one pass, was looking pretty smooth in the 3rd quarter. Pretty decent through the day. They've been a bit disappointed they've only got 6 points so far to show for their efforts.
Well, they're really starting to show things on the ground that they haven't shown too much of this season, so something to build on. 2 receivers either side. The only trick is how long can you continue to rely on the running game when the clock starts to come into it, as they are trailing by 3. And just 2 timeouts remaining. So, all right, we're whistled. We're ready to get underway here. Eagles' 2nd possession of the 2nd half. And this one starting in Chiefs territory, so tremendous field position for the Eagles. 2 receivers either side. Toss out to the left. Sevi takes it wide before turning upfield and has the 1st down and more, down to about the 26 if he didn't step out of bounds. Now they'll say he stepped out of bounds at about the 30-yard line on Chiefs side of the 30. It's a first down for the Eagles.
The ground game's looking good. First and 10. Trying to get themselves back into this contest. Well, there is still time to do so. He does want to avoid the first rush. There's more red coming. Slides through them like a knife through butter and then pounds his way forward. That is a sensational run. Gain of about 12 yards, but that is one for the highlight tape.
And when you have a quarterback who can make a play like that, it really just fires up the sideline. Just like, oh, didn't block that guy, but White kept his feet, kept his cool, and kept his feet moving forward and ended up getting a first down out of it. And that just really fires up. I might not have gotten all that I wanted on that block, but we still got something out of it and just fires you up. I know my quarterback is going to have my back. I have got to work even harder. Chiefs showing pressure here, first and 10. Toss out. Ojibade immediately into the backfield. Again, into the backfield, but managing to get back to the original line of scrimmage. But there were 4 men in red there, as that running to the wide side of the field is starting to be a bit of a tell that the Chiefs are on top of. 2nd and 11 coming up.
So Eagles are in the red zone. 20 yards out. Need a score, certainly by three-quarter time. Probably need 2 to give themselves a shot. One had a man that couldn't quite keep the ball in the air high enough. Will bring up a big third down play.
And if you're watching at home, you'll see that you'll just see that it was incomplete. But the touch on the throw and the direction was excellent. Biden just needs to step into it and really throw the hell out of that one, because he had the man was open, but just too much touch and not enough oomph on that one made it incomplete. So 3rd and 11 and all kinds of motions. We will have 3rd and 16. Whiten drops back, throws, looking for number 44, but
Benjamin on the return, and Benjamin dangerous in the open field, slung down.
so just like that, zone possession snuffed out as the Eagles come away empty. So back-to-back possessions getting down into the red zone, but each time an interception has cost the Eagles now 4 turnovers on the day.
Makes for a frustrating afternoon when you put some good drives together and don't convert them. You'd have to say the Chiefs. And you've made all their opportunities successful. They've added that cream with the 3 successful 2-point conversions. And there's actually quite a gap that those create in the context of this match. Chiefs ball, they start off at their own 26-yard line. Then a low pass finds a target. Who are they focusing on this time? That would be Myers. And it's a gain of 7. 2nd and 3 coming up.
And for the Chiefs, that's probably the most intelligent way to handle it. You don't really just be able to grind out the clock even with a lead like this. So short, consistent passes, high percentage throws are the ones that Whitehead is really good at. So stick with that. Let the clock run between the snaps, but keep it short, keep it consistent. Ball is popped up and almost picked off. Nice coverage there, and that one almost bounced into the hands of Crummy. But as it is incomplete, 3rd and 4 coming up.
So Chiefs offense really has not done a lot in their second half. They're all late in the second quarter. They also haven't turned the ball over. They're in and out of the hands of Phantom number 9. They'll bring up another 4th down, and it's fascinating to see if the Chiefs go for it here. It is their side of the field. I think they'll punt.
Yeah, it's just a very different situation of the game where your defense is playing fairly well. It's being aggressive. It's getting turnovers. So you don't want to put them in a bad spot. You don't want to give the Eagles anything easy.
And a good punt with the push, but I'll tell you what, they are going for it. They need 3 yards this play to keep the ball.
This has been a hard count situation for the Chiefs. No, they will throw it. Whitehead rolls out. Whitehead trying to keep it himself. Whitehead is close. Depends on where his knee was down. They are moving the chains. They'll say he got it. So tremendous, tremendous run by Whitehead. And the Chiefs move the chains and keep the clock rolling now that the chains are set.
Big play, that one. Denies the Eagles a chance to start off in good field position. Gives the Chiefs a chance to wind down a little bit more of this clock. 4 touchdown lead at any stage. 24-point lead at any stage. Huge job. Certainly also the quarter of the first and 10. And it will step into the pocket. Chiefs are saying catch. Officials are saying otherwise. The officials are getting voted.
It's not annoying. So I do wonder if the Chiefs decided to refrain from the punt because of the pressure that was very close to getting a block last time. If they're just not confident in getting off a clean punt, then being aggressive and going for it like that kind of changes the math a little bit. So that would be interesting to hop into the minds of the Chiefs coaching staff for a moment. I can't do that sadly, but 2nd and 10 now. 2 receivers either side. Whitehead has been masterful today. Off the hands of Myers, incomplete, and almost into the hands of an Eagles defender. And while the Chiefs receivers were just exceptional, particularly in that second quarter, this quarter we've had multiple balls on hands that have not been brought down. 3rd and 10.
Just the one first down from memory, and one they just converted. They did all the hard yards when they had the momentum in the breeze in that second quarter. 3rd down, 10 yards to go. The time Bob at the line of scrimmage. And I think this time you're going to see the Chiefs punt.
Yes, indeed. And the big thing about those drops isn't just necessarily that they didn't get the yards, but the difference between a completion and an incompletion also is the time on the clock. It's still the 3rd quarter. There's still plenty of time in this for the Eagles to get back into it. And so even if you're not making yards, the catch is vital. Eagles once again come after it, once again gets it away, and tremendous punt, keeping it well away from everyone. So see where they mark it out of bounds.
I'm actually surprised it doesn't happen more in the NFL. Punters aim for the boundary and don't allow more skill.
Certainly true. I find in my experience in the States, coaches do not trust punters. You get a very different view of that here because in Australia, your punters have been kicking since they could walk.
It's the one thing that's semi-natural.
Whiten throws over the middle, has a man, complete, and ball came out. That was a completed catch. Now on the return, Angus Bell on the return. And just when things were going the Eagles' way, the fifth turnover of the day rears up and just
The previous 4 turnovers have all had a scoreboard in. First 2 led to Chiefs touchdowns. The second 2 for mine denied Eagles touchdowns.
absolutely.
And this one, those 4 touchdowns are 24 points, and what's the margin at the moment? That's what the Chiefs do here, 1st and 10. Pops it up, and as tall as number 80 is, that one was beyond his best efforts. Appreciate the effort, mate. If you watch this, Joe, watching him in the huddle, it was literally
Second and 10, second goal coming up for the Chiefs. Eagles needing their defense to make the stop here.
Just as vital as it's ever been. Right head drops back, pitches, looking for the outside, looking for the pylon, slung down at about the 4-yard line. So short of the line of game. Enough to get this one into the end zone. 3rd and goal coming up. Eagles, 2 more plays they'll need to defend. Chiefs, 2 more shots. This is one you as a kicker.
one, it's 4 down territory. 2 plays to go these 4 yards. We score our highest score of the season. Well, it's not one that you would see in a normal textbook, but it's effective. There's a Phantom 89. Takes the. How would you describe that pass?
I would call it a jump pass. You saw like Florida do a lot of it back in the Urban Meyer days with Tim Tebow, where he would just, like, Whitehead isn't a Tebow sort because he's not a rhinoceros in pads, but just getting those 2 steps towards the line of scrimmage to really suck people up, and then popping up and lofting it over the top is Tebow-esque. So Chiefs extend the lead.
36-6, it is their highest score of the season.
3 receivers to the right, 2 on the left, empty slot, and into the end zone once again with another successful 2-point conversion. It rains, it pours.
I'll tell you what, the other clubs should have a serious look at the video tape as well. Just see how to do
Well, it's certainly true. And at the same time, they should also have a look at the tape on this one, because the Chiefs are making a statement that after a few years of frustration, a few years of being denied and being the team out on the playoffs, they are making a statement here today that we are not only coming back,
But we intend to do more than just
Be the victim in the first round of.
this is a statement that is thorough.
You look at the Chiefs having a big win today and the Hogs having a big loss earlier. That will pan out.
And so the transitive property doesn't really work, especially in a sport like this. But this is an Eagles team that beat the Hogs last time they played. Transitive property, if the Chiefs are, what, 32 points superior to the Eagles today, 32 points superior to the Hogs. Doesn't quite work out that way on the field, but is certainly fun for we sideline folks to talk about. Build suspense for next week's game. White looking for answers here. Sevi strings it out wide, but dropped for a loss. And that will be the last play of the third quarter.
Another excellent quarter for the Chiefs. It was 6-6 at quarter time, 30-6 at halftime, and now 38-6. And the Eagles, play for play, probably had the better of that third quarter, except the turnovers, of which there were 3, and the Chiefs are able to convert the score.
And that is a very key and valid point. The Chiefs have not just been head and shoulders untouchable, better than the Eagles, I would say. Just, they've had the mistakes, they've had the turnovers, and that has been the real difference. Just, the Chiefs have not made the mistakes. The Eagles have made the mistakes, and the Chiefs have capitalized on it seemingly each and every time, one way or another. Every time the Eagles have put together a great drive, they've turned the ball over. When the Eagles are backed up deep, they've turned the ball over, and the Chiefs have scored on that short field. So the Eagles, play for play, have looked good, but the turnovers have just driven the wind out of them repeatedly. 2nd and 13. Whiten looks to his left, throws, and Benjamin bats it down, fresh off his interception, but that one's just incomplete. 3rd and 13 coming up.
Came here today noting that 70% of the games, 7 out of 10, have been decided by 8 points or less, and thought, we got teams playing each other with equal records. We might have some close ones. They've been anything but very revealing at the same time. It's right across the middle incomplete. We bring it up 4th down. That's a very quick bring down at a time when the Eagles D are probably saying, yeah, give us a break. Instead, Plowman, well, let's see what Plowman can do with the breeze in his back. This could be bad. And the league's premier special teams players. And right on cue, the wind picks up.
Plowman handles the snap. Plowman gets it up, but off the side of the foot. Takes a nice roll and takes it past midfield, but just was not given a lot of space to step into that one, and so just he is a bit hobbled coming off the field, and that is not ideal, particularly for a specialist.
despite the kick not looking great, Chiefs do start their side of midway at the 40-yard line, 50 yards away from the end zone, and if they score, it will be a touchdown, the highest score this season in the league. The record they're looking to break is 42 points set by the Spartans earlier this afternoon.
So Caleb Skipworth in at quarterback for the Chiefs, getting some work as this one has pretty well moved into the academic stages of the game.
This is a pay-to-play league, and on that front, as well as developing, I mean, you never know when you have to call on your backup without notice, because a chance to give him some reps. This is as good as any.
All kinds of motion. Skipworth throws behind his receiver, incomplete. But free play, so no harm done. Skipworth, if you haven't followed the league thus far this season, he is a young quarterback, has the mobility to make things very interesting, so bright future ahead of him. So always good to see the development of the juniors coming up, and Skipworth looks to be a good one, and always good to get meaningful snaps against a particularly fierce defense. Despite what the scoreboard will tell you, the Eagles defense has played fairly well. Oh, there's one that will be
The other way.
inside the red zone after the turnover there. So first turnover of the day for the Chiefs, and the Eagles set up short field red zone.
Going in there and having those reps, it's all about what you learn. Second down and 10. Eagles. I've seen the Chiefs take their turnovers and deny them points and score points, and they have the opportunity here. And then the 20 at about the 25.
That was Damian McPartland on the interception. First and 10. Wyden looks to his left, throws, has a man behind the coverage, but unable to bring it down. Kaba almost caught that one 3 different times, but wasn't able to bring it in. Second and 10, incomplete.
Second down and 10. White stepped into the pocket, almost lost the ball, kept it. Now he's off for a Saturday evening run. This is where the Chiefs defenders from behind stops it all. Where's he ended up? I reckon that's a first down. I'm not sure it's first and goal though. Not quite. First and 10 from about the 14. Which have allowed the Chiefs to score the last 4 touchdowns unanswered. I have to stop that right here.
So first and 10, Wyden throws over the middle, looking for Mitchell Gavros, but unable to connect there. A little bit too far in front. And again, that's just a throw where he needs to put a little bit more oomph in it. Just step and deliver, really get those hips around and fire that in there. Second and 10 coming up.
about 8.
Stanbury has been Whiten's most favorite target here today. It has a little bit feast or famine, but good reception there this time. Spacing things out a little bit. Wide splits between the 4 receivers either side. High snap. Flag down immediately. And dropped in the backfield. Now dropped near the line of game, but we do have that immediate flag. So either an illegal procedure or someone lining up in the neutral zone. So 5-yard penalty and a first down.
There's not quite enough yardage for the first down. See the sticks on the far side. Not a lot to get on 3rd down. They go to their main runner and 7. Didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Chiefs don't have to hit. It's going to be 4th down. So the yard to get to keep the ball in a bit. Game deciding play, but it's very frustrating afternoon. It's a big one for them.
Absolutely. It's all about catharsis, validation, and having something to hang your hat on going into next week, which will be a slugfest with the Spartans. 10 seconds. Yeah, so the Eagles will have to call a timeout. Didn't quite like the look of that one, so we'll chat it over.
We've got a special comment for the afternoon. Whiten keeps, does Whiten get keeps? And finally they get the football back. Let's wait and see. I haven't seen a measurement yet. We're going to see one now.
Now there we go. We're going to have a measurement.
So just for the record, if your any part of the ball touches the pole, it is a first down. That's our intrepid cameraman will try and give you the direct angle on it as long as the umpire is not standing in the way. Thank you.
So Now time for the dramatic chain stretch. And the Eagles have it. First down and goal coming up. So, chain markers have their job done. They not only came out to measure, but now they get to put those chains down, as they will no longer be needed on this possession. First and goal. No more first downs except by a penalty. Eagles looking to put a second score on the board here. As the fourth quarter winds down. Whiten tries to turn the corner. Fights his way in towards the end zone. No signal, so we are short. See where they marked it. Clock continues to roll. Second and goal.
And the Eagles get their second score of the afternoon. Just a few yards out. White decides, let's try this by the edge with a lot of traffic. But eventually dropped. Incomplete, third and goal will be coming up. Only a few yards, but the Chiefs are making the Eagles record. And there's a reason here actually. There is something at stake in this drive. The lowest score allowed this season is 7 points. And that was by the scored 7 late in the game. The Chiefs are highest. The worst defense in terms of score allowed, would love to have the Eagles to 7. But they won't. There's 7 throws into the score. It's now 38-12.
So 38-12 now the score after Sevy's touchdown run. Cutting the lead down to 26. Eagles will go for 2. So 2 receivers either side. 1 in the backfield with Whiten. Option look. Pitch comes in late. Flag down. 2-point is good, but flag down in the backfield. We may be taking another crack at this one.
Critical play because this is 18-point margin right now. Successful 2-point conversion will make it 16. Replay there. They started for 3 and it's 1.5 foul positions. 1.5 yards. In the 16-point game with sorry, the penalty is against. My apologies. This is going to make the attempt.
They have given Plowman a bit of a task on this one. Count as a long field goal in this league. Now pushed it to the right. Now Plowman immediately has to put boot the ball once again to kick things off, but Plowman no favors on that one. Pushing it 15 yards back. distance over, control over that distance in the top tier, you say.
Through this final quarter. Nice long deep kick. Be a touchback, as we've seen most of today. Chiefs go from 20, let's see if they stick with their young quarterback.
Skipworth back in for the Chiefs at quarterback. Six minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the game here. So the Chiefs have a bit of work to do just to keep control of this one to the end. So interesting numbers and alignments on the field here. Imagine we're having to declare. Skipworth keeps it himself, and this is what we're talking about. What makes Skipworth so interesting? Just tremendous quarterback keep and a first down all on his lonesome. Skipworth weaves through traffic and picks up 12.
What a great way to respond to the interception. Being able to take pressure. Scamper away for the first down run. Clock rolling as well, which I'm sure she's going to it has something to do with the positioning of the normal. And their quarterback was, I think, out of the box, giving instructions or assistance or encouragement or whatever. And for that instruction, Chiefs have just given up a timeout.
The issue is that you can't come out on the field if you have a helmet on in that sort of situation. Skipworth bounces and hit as he throws. That one will likely be incomplete. His hand was going forward as the ball came out, so essentially a very dramatic incomplete pass.
You'd like to have a heart rate monitor on the angle out of the road. He knows he's in a football game. And the Eagles are going to give him absolutely nothing. Second down and 10. 38-12 is your score in favour of the South. Oh, and throws the arm. Everyone goes up to the switch.
Nice touch on the throw, but not quite enough to let Benjamin run under it. So, throwing into the wind is always a little bit of an adventure, and I think that's why we saw Chiefs coaching staff let him do it. Just get that burned into his mind. Okay, got to put more into it in that sort of situation. And these are game reps against a live defense. So every snap counts. Two receivers either side. Skipworth moves the back to the Benjamin. Has it. Benjamin downfield and looks to have enough for the first down. So once again, Skipworth moves the chains. Doing it on the ground, doing it through the air, and Skipworth letting his coaches know that he might be ready for a bit more. 1st and 10 inside Eagles territory.
Comfort that they've got a young lad. He's stepping into the role nicely if needed. They get into Benjamin, who does what Benjamin does. He's so athletic. He's trying to get that extra half a yard. To the Eagles 35, gain of 8, 2nd and 2 coming up.
It's a very Emmitt Smith thing to do for all of the very, very old folks in there. Just like Emmitt would be running for 4 yards or whatever, and just be at the bottom of a giant pile of bodies. But he could always count on seeing him extend the ball forward at the end of the run. Like, he's down, he still pushes the ball forward. Just like, no, now I actually got there. 2nd and 2. 3 receivers on the left for Skipworth. Hand off up the middle. This time there's crease. And into just short of the red zone is number 29. That would be Henshaw, or Tom Martin, rather. So, Chiefs picking up first downs.
It's turning out to be a nice drive.
Absolutely.
You're watching the stuff up right now.
And this is really where the Chiefs junior program is starting to pay some dividends. Now, multiple contributors coming up from the Chiefs. They're a young team, they're getting better, and should continue to grow. Taking a shot towards the end zone. This time, nope. No joy. Crummy on the reception with no mercy for his young Chiefs counterpart. Quarterback on quarterback violence. Crummy takes it out to about the 33-yard line. And the Eagles will take back over.
Probably hoping that if I make one, does that take one up one I've thrown? Reconciles out somewhere. But the end of an interesting Chiefs drive that had its share of highlights. It was a little bit like an Eagles drive today. It had highlights, but the closer it got to the end zone. Let's see what the Eagles have got left. We've got a few minutes left in this contest, 26-point margin. They scored on their last drive. The Chiefs have made some defensive changes. What the Eagles doing the same. White is the quarterback again, offers the hand out, but you knew he was never going to do it. And that's 6 yards on the carry.
So that will likely pretty much take us to where this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. And the one thing as a quarterback coach just always bugs me is when the quarterback, you want to do the fake the option pitch, but you got to get that ball tucked back away after you do it. Hand off up the middle, first down and more into Chiefs territory. Goes Sevi.
Coach never wants to be able to see a lot of the football when one of his players is carrying it, because if he can see a lot of the football, so can the defender, and that usually means you're going to be a hand go in there and try to get it out.
Yes, just you want to see the ball tucked in. Like, it's okay to do a little pump, to try and get a defender to bite, but as soon as that's over, tuck that ball. 1st and 10 for the Eagles here. Less than 2 minutes remaining. Toss out, Sevi. Pursuit has to give ground and slung out of bounds by his same number counterpart. Whose number we sadly lack, but well done, number 41 for the Chiefs.
I think there's more that we don't have from the Chiefs than we actually do.
It's not that we don't have as many, we just don't have the ones who seem to be getting the ball a lot. So 2nd and 13.
We do
Coming
have
up.
a list, it just doesn't match.
So 2 or 3 plays left in this one. And now Sevi weaves his way before being dropped by Ojubaid. And flag comes in late. Just I hope that it was an egregious offense.
Just while they're working that through the games next week, Chiefs are back at 12 o'clock to take on the Hogs, and that, based on today, is going to be a fascinating encounter. And then the Eagles and the Spartans get to sleep in as we wave the flag off. It'll be the Eagles and the Spartans to do battle. You never know where this competition's going, anything's possible. So, and of course, either be live here at Riverside Oval, Port Adelaide, home of the Port Adelaide Rugby Union Club, and it'll be live on 180 Creations. With the stream are enjoying it. 3rd down coming up.
3rd and 8. 2 receivers either side for Whiten. Whiten pumps, looks over the middle. Tukaba makes the grab. And looks like he's got enough for the 1st down. But may come down where the Eagles don't have to run another play if they don't want to. Maybe 1 or 2 more. So 20 seconds, this will likely do it, barring an incompletion.
Keep it on the ground. Interesting, they didn't take a shot to the end zone. No one in any real hurry to call a timeout, though we have one now due to an injured player. Of course. Yeah. And we're going to go one more play.
Ojubaid on the tackle there, but that one will likely be the last play. So, chains reset, and that one is mercifully over. Chiefs coming out on top in a big way and making a statement. 38-12, and no turnovers from the Chiefs. 18, we'll say.
Yes, and 2 once they change quarterbacks, but that's all part of the learning experience which you can do when you have a 28-30 point lead. The win, Chiefs go to 2 and 4, the Eagles drop to 1 and 5. No one's eliminated as yet. We've actually finished the 2nd round robin series with 1 round robin to go. 3 matches coming up for all the sides, double headers. Spartans and Chiefs, big winners today, I think, both in terms of what they put on the scoreboard and the way they position themselves for the rest of the season.
Absolutely. Eagles will have to pull off an upset and knock off this Chiefs team in 2 weeks in order to secure that playoff berth. So the Chiefs have the inside track there. Spartans with the similar inside track on the Hogs, but that one has the head-to-head series tied. So that one could come down to the decider. But big win for the Chiefs. The Chiefs are young, the Chiefs are improving, and you've got to like their chances going forward. In 2 to 3 years, no one is going to want to play these Chiefs. But for Phil Hurton, Gridiron Australia, South Australia, 180 Creations, and all the fine folks here at Gridiron South Australia. This has been Nick Priest. We hope you've enjoyed the doubleheader here today, and we hope that we will see you again next week, whether you're on the grounds or watching online. This is Nick Priest signing off.